Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday because yesterday was bank holiday. Already getting confused with the days because of the bank holiday, but that just happens, doesn't it, to everyone. But yeah, I hope you had a great weekend. I did. Very, very nice and chilled. It was really, really nice. So we're back on it this week. Today, guys, we have got to continue with the B-Max, with the clutch. Obviously, this is part 3 on changing it again, taking it apart, taking it out, putting the new forks in. We've done all that. Gearbox is back in place. It's just a case of buttoning everything back up and then giving it a whirl. Take it for a drive, reset it, do all the learning as well. You've got to learn it, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I really, really hope this works. So let's get set up. I'll stick you on the tripod. We'll start getting crack on, straight on with it. Let's get it all back together. Let's do this. Right, well guys, we are getting there. Slowly, everything is being put back together. Transmission control module's there, all the wiring, everything's been sort of put back into the correct position. So we're getting close now. Drive shaft is back on this side that I took off. Gearbox oil is back in and filled up to the correct position. You just undo that. I'll show you where it is. It's a fill up drain plug just there. So you just fill it up from that point there. As soon as it starts coming out, which it started to, start the drip down into that bucket there. You just do it back up and that's it, done. That's the level sorted. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there with this one. It's just, I just really hope this works, you know. But it is what it is. But let's not worry about that for the moment. Let's continue getting it all back together, and then I want to get it on the ground. Then I want to plug the computer in. I'll probably just use my Think car scanner, because this one is pretty good for that. The other one didn't do it, all tell. So this one is going to be all connected. We're going to do the tests. We're going to go through the system. We're going to check everything, and we're going to see after a test drive, has it resolved it? Is it sorted? Who knows? But we will find out very soon. So let's continue. Let's get it all back together and then plug that computer in. And when I've done that point, I'll come back to you and we'll start doing the learning. So yeah, let's carry on. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, we are all back together. Everything has been put back together, buttoned up, tightened, put in, engine oil in, gearbox oil, everything's been put back together. Battery on, connected. So, it is that time. It is that time, guys. Let me just get in. Shut the door. Seat back a little bit. Okay, so I've just scanned the car, and as you can see, we've still got that friction. Let me just put it there. We've got that friction code coming up on the transmission control module, which was there before. So what I want to do is I want to clear the codes. So now that was quick. This machine is so quick, really good. So that is all clear now, no codes on the system. So what we can do now is, if you can look here, we've got special functions, power train, which is the transmission, and we're going to be doing this, the learning active, right? And we're going to be step by step, one at a time, which is this here. So the first one we're going to do, we might as well do them all, is this one here, which is the transmission range sensor, just to make sure that the sensors are all in and they're in range. So we'll do that. Okay. Perform learning. Is in park. It is. Okay. So just all we've got to do is just put the gear lever in the position it's telling me to. Okay, reverse. Position learned. Neutral. Position learned. Drive. Drive. That's it. Drive. And sport. So that's that part done. Position learned. Okay. Function and move the gear shifter through the verse to see what. Okay. So basically, when I'm moving this, it should correlate with this. So drive, neutral, reverse, park. So there we go. That's that part done. Just gonna have to wait for this to come through. I'm trying to do this live, so you know what I mean. There is no breaks. I'm not sort of just showing you everything step by step. The next procedure, the next thing to do, which is all this. Yeah, it just takes some time. Come on. Right. So, the next thing is the shift drum. Okay. Ensure that transmission gear is in park. Depress the brake, which I am. Hold. Performing function. Right. Okay. Let's see. Function completed. So that's good. Okay. That's that step done. We'll move on to the next step once we get into it, which is the clutch. It just takes, this part here takes a bit longer because it's the transmission control module is powering down. It has to do that every time you go through a process. So that's why this part takes the longest. But yeah, we'll just keep going with it. There we go. So that's that done. The next one is the clutch. And we're going to go through the procedure to see if this works. And then really does depend on what happens here. Whether or not, you know, we go for a test drive or not. Hopefully, this all comes back well and it all passes. And then we could take it for a test drive. And then I'll let you know how we get on. And we'll go from there. But yeah, first of all, let's do this. Ensure the transmission gear is in park. Depress brake. I have. Press OK. Doing that now. And then it's just going to go through all these sections here. Um, right, so all complete. Now we've got to start the engine. You can see start engine, 5 seconds, engine does not start. No. Okay, so let's start the engine. Like that. Press OK. Ensure that the transmission is in park. Depress the brake. Depress the accelerator pedal to the floor to reach maximum speed. This bit is always a bit strange, but you've got to do it because obviously getting the biting point from the clutches. So let's the only trouble is with doing it now is that I've only just put the oil in, so the engine isn't really up to temperature, and I should only be doing this really full throttle once the engine is up to temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off, I'm going to leave it running for a few minutes, come back, and then we're going to do this procedure here, okay? Because I don't want to do this whilst this engine oil is cold. So bear with me for now. Let me leave it for a few minutes, guys. I'll come back to you and we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay. So guys, she's been running for like 5-10 minutes now, up to temperature. So I'm, quite happy now to continue with this process. I just really wasn't happy before because the engine oil and the engine wasn't up to temperature, and that's crucial really. You don't want to be thrashing the car when it's not warmed up, basically. So yeah, now we can do it. So foot on the brake, and then I'm going to accelerate and press OK. So okay, release accelerator, return to idle, inflate the clutch point learning. Okay. It is recommended that the engine be up to temperature. See what I mean? Operating temperature, so we've done that. My foot's still on the brake. The engine management light has come up now, look. I don't know if that's because I've just been revving it and driving it or whatever, but yeah. So it's just stabilising like that. I've kept my foot still on the brake, but I've released the accelerator. And you can hear something going on. I was going through the gear shift A, touch point A. So yeah, it's just going through the learning stage now. Shift fork B, touch point. See, it says failed. Look, clutch touch point learning failed. Look at the difference in those clutch A and clutch B. Everything's off. Stand. Make sure it's off. Everything is off. So release the brake pedal from it. Release brake pedal. Ignition off. Okay. The guy at the transmission shop, he did say that you might struggle. Only the 4Scan can really sort of line it up properly. But I'm just trying with this thing. I just don't know. We just don't know. Set ignition to on. Okay, we're on. Do not press the brake pedal until instructed. Make sure the electrical accessories AC is off. It is. Okay. Clutch. I don't know, but it's recommended that your engine will be up to temperature. It is. No, it's critical. Is okay. Start engine. Like that. Okay. Come on in. See if it'll do it. Failed again. But look at those numbers. They've changed again. What I might do, I might take you for a quick run around the block just to see what it feels like. I'm going to clear that code first. I'm going to clear that code first. Yeah. I'm going to clear that code, engine management light, and then I'm going to take it out for a quick drive up and down the yard just to see what it feels like. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to redo it and see if it will do it. But like the guy said at the transmission shop, he said you might need 4Scan to do this. He said he hasn't heard of anyone being able to do it with a handheld scan tool before, because with 4Scan you can really sort of dial in and sort of really pinpoint and really sort of change parameters as you're driving it on a test drive. You can really change it around. I haven't got 4Scan. I don't know why I haven't got it, but I haven't got it. So I'm gonna just clear the codes and see if we're going to see if it's that friction code again. Let me just do that. It's weird that like obviously before I changed with the old forks, right? It's fouled. Come on. When I fitted it before with the old forks, it was letting me pass, and it was passing that that test. Now I've put the new forks in with that clutch. It's now failing. So that's what the guy said at the Ford main dealer. He said these new forks. He said people struggle with them, trying to get them to connecting and stuff. Why does it keep failing? Weird. It's failed again. What is going on? Right, now we're connected. I suppose I like to pull that out and put it back in, and it'll reconnect. It was it was a tablet connecting to the dongle. That was the problem. So, but yeah, let's see if we can clear the codes. So I'm going to clear the codes, take it for a test drive, come back, do the procedure again. If it don't work, it's going to the transmission shop, and he said that he will do it for me. It's just, these are so complex, aren't they? These automatic gearboxes are just so complex and tricky. No wonder no one wants to work on them, because it's not easy, is it? That's the trouble, isn't it? It's not easy. Let's do a scan. See what comes up. Yeah, so it's still coming up with the friction problem here. Look, transmission friction element A, and transmission control module, which that's going to throw up because of that. Data invalid from transmission control module. I don't know what the hell that is. So let's just clear it all out like that. No codes on the system, and we should have no engine management light on, which we haven't. So I think it's worth okay. Right. I think it does move. It does work. Look, it does. I'm just testing it. Just put it in reverse. Let go of the brake and sorry, handbrake. Let go of the brake, and then it will move. Instantly goes. So it's got the clutch is engaging. Put it into drive, and let go of the brake. It goes forward. So it is working. Just not working. Well, who knows in a minute. So yeah, let me have a little run around up the yard. Let me see what is going on, and then I'll come back to you once I've done that. So bear with me, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, guys, I am back from the test drive. It wasn't that bad. I've really got to be honest, it wasn't that bad. You know, it ain't perfect. It didn't drive perfect. I'm not saying that. But, you know, it changed in the gears. I think second and third was a little bit clunky. But the others seem to be fine. You know, reverse is great. It's just that real fine touches, really, that this car needs. And I just don't think that this scan tool is going to do it. Everyone keeps telling me it needs 4-scan. You can't do it. It needs 4-scan. You've got to, you've really got to get into the system. You've really got to, really sort of adjust it very slightly and very smoothly. And only 4-scan will do that. So, yeah, it's just not letting me do it. It's completing like most of these things. We just. He wants me to start the engine again, so let me start the engine. So all these ones here, even there's one there that's got friction on it, I think. Clutch adaptive. There's one that says friction, and it completes it. But as soon as you go into the last part of it, it just won't do it. It's that biting point section that it just don't like it. So yeah, I think this is gonna have to go back to the transmission shop. Let them mess around with it, play around with it. They're going to charge me for doing that, but I accept that because it's their time. I've got to pay them to do it. And if it don't work, then that is it. I am not going to do no more with this car, and we'll use it as spares, or I'll chuck it on eBay for spares and repair, whatever. We've just got to draw a line underneath it and go, that's it. Look, failed. Really, really strange the way it's doing that. But release the brake pedal following ignition off. Ignition off. So, yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a case of just putting those new forks in, putting that release bearing in place, and that's it. We're going to clear it and it'll go. But it's not. It's doing exactly the same thing as what it was before we took it apart. So when I've done it first time, it's doing exactly the same thing. So, yeah, like I said, I think we're going to have to go back and take it to the transmission shop. They're the experts. They know what they're doing, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, unfortunately, guys, we haven't actually fixed this car and resolved it, but it's close. It's a real shame because it is really, really close to being done. It's just that last bit that needs to be tweaked. Now, I hope that they can do it, because once they do it, it is still a nice, really, really nice car. The colour's nice, the spec's nice. It's all there, and it would just be an absolute shame if we couldn't get this like 100% working correctly. But I will keep you informed. I will let you know how this gets on. But they're going to have to take this for a day, probably next week. I'll try and book it in from next week. Try and take it in for the day and let them see if they can, tweak it very, very slightly. It's a shame, guys. It is, but because obviously we've done a lot of work on this car, and it's just a real shame. But anyway, it is what it is. This is what happens when it comes to trying to repair cars and trying to put it all back together. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I don't like quitting on cars, guys. You know that. I always give it a go. So we're just going to see what the transmission shop says, and we'll go from there. But I'll keep you informed, let you know. But for now, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.